This is the meditation particularly relevant to the talk that I've just done on breakthrough gifts. Breakthrough gifts. I'd advise you to, if you're looking at YouTube, to perhaps listen to that first. You don't need to keep listening over and over unless there's something that you need to hear again and again. But this meditation may help. Now, it's not my power. I'm asking for the power of your Creator, of the wonderful counsellor, to guide this today. And because I've been involved for 23 years in this sort of work, I know what can happen if you're open, if you stand back as the observer and you just listen. This breakthrough gift is to resolve any unresolved anger, resentment, frustration on a fairly surface level. So if it doesn't resolve with this, it means that you need a deeper session and more time, perhaps with a facilitator, or more time with yourself and the wonderful counsellor, the Holy Spirit. So let's go. Make yourself comfortable. Sit back and just let go for a moment and become present. Be still. Become the observer, just like you're watching a television screen. And whatever happens, just allow the wonderful counsellor, the Spirit of truth and love, to bring to your mind all that he wants to bring to your mind so that you can be released and resolved, and you can see this and then be open to receive gifts, his gift and his presence. So bring into everyone's mind that person, those situations where there is unforgiveness, where it keeps coming back and back. I want you to stand back and look at as though they're present, the people, the situation in your mind. Whatever comes, accept it. We're going back only because we then can resolve it and you can be free. A wonderful counsellor, bring everyone, maybe it's one person, maybe it's yourself, could be even God. Whatever that situation, just look at that person, that situation in your mind's eye now. And I'm going to ask the wonderful counsellor to make you aware as you look at that person, that situation. Maybe it's even darkness or blankness. Same thing, it's memory. Just stay there in it. I'm going to ask if you make everyone aware of all the feelings they have right now of this situation, the person, or where they are right now. So just as you become aware of the feelings, acknowledge them. Could be resentment, could be anger, could be explosive anger. Let's just acknowledge it and accept it. Sadness, whatever comes to you, you accept all of these feelings. This is you listening to you under the guidance of the wonderful counsellor. I can see someone looks very, very disappointed and very sad and low. No matter how hard they tried, it's never changed. So just accept that when you look at the situation of that person. That can come from expectations, as we just heard. So I'm going to ask why you're looking at that person. Keep looking at that person as though they are present. Keep staying in the dark. Keep staying in that memory. And what else are they thinking in that? What are they thinking and believing? What have they been made to feel about their worth and value as a result of that person, that situation, that darkness? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Hold it and accept it. Maybe you feel trapped. Maybe you believe you're trapped. Maybe you believe you're not good enough. Hold it. Don't run from it. Just let it sit there for a moment so the wonderful counsellor can speak into it. As a result of what that person has or hasn't done or that situation, you might feel dirty, shameful. Hold it. Accept it. That's what you believe. That's what you've taken on. You didn't mean to. It just happened. It happens. Maybe you're frozen. Accept the frozenness. You have no emotions, just frozenness. That can be the darkness. Accept the darkness. Now, as a way of being able to allow those emotions and feelings to be the physical being to be released, only under the guidance of the wonderful counsellor, I'm going to ask you, what would you like to do to that person or say to that person? So look at the person. If you're in the darkness or whatever memory you're in, I'm asking the wonderful counsellor if it's appropriate to give you a voice. What would you like to say to them? Now, this is where you don't need to tell me. It's private and confidential, and it won't make you bad. It's actually releasing you. What would you like to say to them? Say it now. Say it as though they were present. If you hate them, tell them you hate them. Get it up and get it out. Whatever you want to say to them, say it. And if you physically, I'm going to ask the wonderful counsellor, if anyone needs to express their anger and their resentment and frustration, only if it's appropriate, you show them only in this meditation, not in real life, so that you can be released of all the tension. What would they like to do to this person? And I've just got straight away kick them in the guts. So if you feel like you want to kick someone in the guts, just express that. It's the best confessional, or it's not the best confessional, but it is a way of confessing, saying how you feel, and it stops you being sick. So express that you want to do that. You'd like to do that. And so you don't do it in reality, express it now. What would you like to do to those people? Perhaps you just want to move. Now, second perspective. This is the three-way perspective meditation, which helps you to resolve, can help you resolve things. I want you to look at the people, look into the darkness, the memory. I'm going to ask for you to be given the grace to listen. And what would that aspect of them in the dark say, that in the memory, that part of them, or that person, what would that person say back now? Look at the people or the person, or even God, yourself. Listen, it's your turn to listen. Grant us the grace to listen. What would they say back? Look at them now. Be aware of what they look like now. You can often, anger and hatred can turn to compassion. You may not, but you may. Look at them and listen to what would they say to you, what would they look like? What would the darkness look like if you allow the light to come in? And listen to the truth. Just allow. In that memory, just allow. Listen to the child in that memory. Listen to the people in that memory. Whatever comes, the wonderful counsellor knows what he's doing. I have a sense of someone with a lot of hatred. Just express it. Just express into the face of that person, but then listen to them. Second perspective. Look at them now. Do you feel the same about those people, that person, that memory? Have you noticed a shift, or are you stuck? Just acknowledge where you're at right now, because the third perspective is coming. If you're in the dark, did you see some light? Just hold on to where you're at now. Now, a wonderful counsellor, spirit of light and truth and of mercy, of forgiveness, who has already paid the price and who wants justice for you. I ask for you now to breathe the breath of your light into each and every one here and lift from them all the generational influence and effects that they've been carrying to this day. Just lift off them mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, everything that is not theirs, and take to the cross of Jesus. And in its place, breathe the breath of your spirit of life and light, and speak your truth. What is your perspective? Now, what would you say to them? Listen. Notice if you feel a shift as you listen to what comes into your mind. Maybe you might experience just light in the darkness. Maybe that memory's become a memory. Maybe the incident recently with that person has shifted. Maybe it hasn't, which means that you need further time with an accountant, either a professional counsellor, or we can help you as a facilitator. Right now, I'm going to ask you just to receive, be open to receive the gift of grace, of forgiveness and mercy for yourself if you need it. Just receive the forgiveness of what you've done or didn't do. To forgive yourself, to release yourself. Experience from Jesus. He forgave and he was forgiven. Let it flow through. Let this grace, this light flows through you. So you no longer rely on anyone or anything in this world, but first and foremost the one who is life and truth, and will guide you in the path of life. If you listen and respond. I ask you, wonderful counsellor, to close all the doors that have been opened today that are appropriate, and I ask that you make everyone aware if there's been a shift or no shift. At least you're becoming aware and you're spending time listening to yourself. You're giving yourself a voice under the guidance of the wonderful counsellor. I would never recommend doing this on your own because it's better to do it this way, definitely, with a wonderful counsellor. And I just commit you now all into the hands of the one who's really actually holding you. I often surrender every morning, just surrender into the hands of unconditional love and mercy, the one who brings justice and peace. Just surrender before we close. And let go of the past and the future. And allow, as a gift of all gifts with Christmas coming up, but at any time, a gift of life, of peace, of truth, of being anchored, of being safe and secure, despite what's going on in the world. Place your cares upon him, and then he will care for you. Thank you for listening. You can come back and do this again, or you can seek professional help, or you can ring, and if people are available, we will certainly assist you. Remember, there is that how to gain emotional and mental peace, step by step. It's longer through the emotions, the feelings and beliefs, the blockages, to a place of peace, step by step. Available, the course is available on the resources on the website, Agape, AGAPE Encounter. Thank you for listening.